Who is the most brutal heavyweight kickboxer of all time?
There's so many guys that have come out of
Micro.
Ernesto Hoost.
Crow.
Rob
Ernesto.
Raymond, Peter Erickson.
Cayman.
Just a sea of killers. Rico Verhoeven, the guy who's the champ right now.
He's the man.
Oh, he's an animal.
Y'all told me to watch where I came in
He
too.
was killing everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Big crazy. He was
Badr
killing-
Hari.
Yeah, he was killing everybody.
Badr Hari. Y'all told me to
Amongst
watch
these
him too.
legends, one legend stands out
Okay.
the most.
Y'all one line, huh?
Yes, this right here, fight fans, is the baddest man on the planet.
Body shot. Ugh.
His fighting style was both terrifying and beautiful at the same time. You see, Ernesto Hoost was so good at destroying the monsters of his time that they called him Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
In any fighting sport, the heavyweight champion of the world is an icon. Is this legend like Iron Mike Tyson? You be the judge after learning his epic story.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one that can match me.
Huh?
My style is impetuous. My defense is
impregnable.
impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. Who wanna get in a ring with Buddy?
Career, he's won 100 times and had a knockout ratio of 60% while fighting the best of his era. If Ernesto Hoost never existed, it's entirely possible that kickboxing wouldn't have become such a big sport. You see, heavyweight kickboxing tournaments once represented the pinnacle
K-1 World
of
Grand
combat
Prix.
sports. It's where all of the superheroes of combat went to test their skills. The best of karate, taekwondo, boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian,
Oh, sleep.
and American kickboxing all came together to see who comes out on top. This exciting yearly event was called the K-1 World Grand Prix.
The
It was the most
K-1 World Grand
prestigious
Prix.
tournament in the world, with each fighter carefully selected in order to participate. To be chosen, they needed to go through a series of sacrifice against monsters, or already have legendary accomplishments going in. Once chosen, a 16-man and 8-match tournament takes place. The quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the finals match would happen all on the same night. This format was brutal. but
Yes,
gave
it
us
was.
some of the most epic storylines in combat sports history. And every fighter dreamed of becoming the World Grand Prix champion. And make no mistake about it, this was a mixed martial art competition without the ground game. In the late 90s and early 2000s, during the golden era of kickboxing, over 70,000 people showed up to watch this tournament.
70K.
One man combined all the arts together, and by doing so, he ended up becoming the King of Kings.
King of Kings, Ernesto Honest.
Originally,
Ain't gonna lie, y'all been telling me to react to him over the past couple of days, so we here now, man. Y'all already know we discovered straight legends over here, man. The legends of the legend. So, man, y'all want to react to anybody y'all think of that's great, goated, legend, kickboxing, MMA, UFC, y'all already know. Let me know in the comments, man. Y'all already know. Hit that subscribe button.
a Savate
Let's see
style
what he talking
kickboxer, Ernesto resembled the
That's
American
him?
kickboxers, and indeed fought under these rules and even won world championships. While he was an elite fighter from the very beginning, in his early 20s he lost to several North American and Dutch legends. But in his early 30s, Ernesto combined the best of Muay Thai, Japanese kickboxing, and Dutch kickboxing into one brutally effective
Is
style.
that Mark Hunt?
In the entire heavyweight division, he had the cleanest, most brutally effective style.
Like
In the
Mark Hunt.
entire heavyweight division, he had the cleanest, most stable, and most powerful style.
Sleep.
In the words of Bruce Lee, Mr. Perfect adapted what is useful, rejected what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. By doing so, he became the greatest heavyweight kickboxer of all time, winning 4 K-1 World Grand Prix titles. Many fight fans today do not understand the historic relevance of these kickboxing tournaments today, nor are they aware of the greatness of Ernesto Hoost.
Tell us about the greatness then. But hey, then Adesanya and Chama, that boy, didn't they come from kickboxing though? Like, didn't they? Ain't they where they originate from kickboxing? Or am I tripping? No, I ain't
Today,
tripping.
we will give it the justice it deserves. By the way, these tournaments are coming back hosted by Glory Kickboxing, which we will get into later.
Ernest.
The heavyweight Grand Prix.
fight fans automatically begin to understand the history and importance of K-1 tournaments. In 1993, the first K-1 Grand Prix took place.
The first
Ernesto
one.
Hoost participated and was able to marginally defeat another legend, Peter Ertz, in the quarterfinals.
Peter Ertz.
In the semi-finals, however, he defeated the future UFC heavyweight champion Maurice Smith with style. It was one of the most beautiful head kick knockout setups. When Maurice weaved Ernesto's left hook, notice how Ernesto framed Maurice's head, and they exchanged a right hook with each other. When they exchanged and Maurice tried to clinch up again, Ernesto shoved Maurice away with a stiff arm, blinding his opponent while throwing the lead high kick from the blind side. There was simply no getting up from that. This technique seems simple, but it is extremely difficult to execute. In the finals, Hoost would face up against Branko Cicatic. Branko is probably the greatest knockout artist in heavyweight kickboxing history. In his amateur record, he has 152 wins, and 138 were by knockout. In his professional record, he has 87 wins, and 82 of those were by knockout.
What?
Branko was at the peak of his career, while Hoost was still developing as a fighter. In a wild exchange, Hoost would land a left hook, but Cicatic timed a perfect right hook before Hoost could reset. And just like that, Cicatic would become the first ever K-1 World Grand Prix champion.
Oh, he
with
knocked
his
him
team
out!
celebrating the epic victory. This exchange shows the importance of punch recovery, as well as not moving into the power side of the opponent while throwing the left hook. But like any great champion, this prolific defeat only fueled him to keep going. At the end of the year, Hoost would join the light heavyweight K-2 Grand Prix tournament. First, he would fight the Black Bruce Lee, Manson
The
Gibson.
Black Bruce Lee.
If you don't know who that is, just know that he is the greatest fighter ever to represent Kung Fu and Taekwondo.
Word? Nah, this shit. Hey, the way they look when they fight, this look like some karate.
Fight the Black Bruce Lee, Manson Gibson. If you don't know who that is, just know that he is the greatest fighter ever to represent Kung Fu and Taekwondo. Edging out a victory after a hard fight, Hoost easily defeated his next opponent, Adam Watt. To finish the fight, Hoost simply threw a high kick. Despite it being fully blocked by Watt, this fight shows that a block does not guarantee protection from a powerful head kick. It is true that Watt had already been knocked down, and he was still using the hoppy karate and taekwondo style that focuses on scoring and spinning attacks. Hoost, however, knows this style and had already fully transitioned to a powerful and stable stance by this stage of his career. You can clearly see the weakness of this style when Watt did the fast inside low kick to Hoost's leg, and Hoost delivered a knockdown blow counter with his cross. These historic fights certainly represented the evolution of styles in striking, and each fight was empirical evidence of what to do and
On
what
top
not
of the
to
back
do.
of the head.
In the finals, Hoost faced off against the legendary Muay Thai champion, Chang Puet Gyatsornret. If you don't know who Chang Puet Gyatsornret is, he changed kickboxing history by defeating Rick Rufus, the greatest American kickboxing champion, with low kicks. By doing so, it prompted the Americans to change their karate and boxing stance.
Ah, he was giving them low kicks. Oh, this is, yo, I did not know. Well, I like how they give out good information like that. So us Americans was like, we don't need low kicks. He said, you don't need low kicks? Hacha, hacha, hacha.
This American kickboxing
kicks,
champion
low kicks.
with low kicks. By doing so, it prompted the Americans to change their karate and boxing stance.
Low kicks like they hurt too.
But against Hoost, he was facing a bigger and a fully transitioned opponent. In the third round, Hoost overwhelmed Chang Puet with an incredible flurry. And then Chang Puet got saved by the bell.
Them kids like they come in, it don't even look like like. Them kicks not even telegraphed, like they just come in out of nowhere.
In the fourth round, Hoost delivered a perfect knockdown blow, countering Chang Puet's southpaw jab with a perfect cross. But like he always does, Chang Puet got up and fought until the very end. Hoost mercilessly went into another flurry, landing all shots at will, and then herded Chang Puet into his signature left hook high kicks. This made Hoost the inaugural K-2 Grand Prix champion in the same year he lost in the finals of the K-1 Grand Prix.
Fatality.
Then in 1994, Hoost avenged the loss against arguably the greatest American kickboxer, Rick Rufus.
Rick Rufus.
Again, it was using the left hook to invite a weave, and then framing Rufus's head on the way up to herd him into a high kick knockout.
That's especially exactly. Boom!
Despite being on fire with 11 victories in a row, Hoost would fight Branko again and lose in the exact same way as he did the first time. But again, just like any real combat legend would, Hoost did not give up. In 1995, Hoost defeated Andy Hoog, only to lose to him in 1996 in the K-1 Grand Prix semi-finals. But on the way, he would knock out Mirko Krokop, kickboxer turned superstar MMA fighter. In this fight, Hoost showed how to land thunderous low kicks, and also how to land a perfect nut shot. By this point of Hoost's career, he is near perfection. His strikes would later become textbook techniques around the world, representing a style of power and stability that works against all styles. Throughout the fight, Krokop simply got low kicks so many times that he could not continue. In 1997, a prime Hoost has arrived. In the 1997 K-1 World Grand Prix, he faced up against a roster of the biggest legends: Stefan Leko, Jerome Labana, Francisco Filo, and Andy Hoog. Against Leko, Hoost again showed why it's a bad idea to throw a powerless inside low kick against him.
Sleep.
In the quarterfinals, Jerome Labana tried to bully Hoost with aggressive combinations. Hoost, however, welcomed the combinations and finished the fight with an incredible non-stop flurry. Unless you are Bob Sapp, it's generally a bad idea to exchange power combinations with Hoost. The Japanese crowd went crazy, and you could feel the incredible energy in the stadium. Again, it was the cross counter to the southpaw jab that started the end. It happened not once, but twice during the flurry. As you see, even in the most seeming chaotic moments, there is method to the madness. What I love about this fight is how much the Japanese fans celebrated these warriors. In the semi-finals, Hoost faced off against one of the greatest karate fighters of all time, Francisco Filo. Filo threw spinning kicks, axe kicks, and side kicks, while Hoost plodded forward waiting to score power shots. Whenever Filo would try to exchange power with Hoost, it is clear that Hoost's textbook techniques were superior. Filo's stance was optimized for karate kicks, but Hoost's stance was optimized for powerful punches and low kicks.
He ducked none of that, boy.
All Hoost needed to win this fight were variations of the left hook and low kick, as well as various simple low kick setups. The beauty of Hoost's style is that it shows advanced variations of simple techniques often defeats flashy techniques. This striking truth cannot be understated in its importance. In the finals, Hoost faced off against his great rival Andy Hoog. Fight fans know Hoog as the most legendary non-Japanese Kyokushin karate fighter of all time.
He hit this man with the... What was that?
Fight fans know Hoog as the most legendary non-Japanese Kyokushin.
This man did a split. Came down with that. Was that an ass kick? What is that? That is insane. Shit looks unreal.
Karate fighter of all time, due to his accomplishments and influence in kickboxing. Hoog was the 1996 Grand Prix champion, and by that time, the biggest superstar in kickboxing history. His superstardom in his own country rivaled that of soccer, and in Japan, he was loved as one of their own, naming him the Blue-Eyed Samurai.
The Blue-Eyed Samurai.
In the 1997 rivalry match in the Grand Prix finals, Hoog began the fight with a huge nut shot.
You know, those things don't break.
When he got up again, as any real champion would, Hoost showed why so many athletes today choose a stable plodding stance over the more mobile hopping style. Each time they trade punches, Hoost clearly won every exchange. Hoog's attempt to throw axe kicks and spin kicks failed for the most part, and Hoost brought him into his game of trading mid-range power punches. On the inside, Hoost used clinch tactics to get the better of the exchanges.
Who's trying to get off?
Overall, it was a beautiful fight from both sides and a hard-earned victory from Hoost. At 32 years old, after all the trials and tribulations, he finally became the best kickboxer in the world.
You have to work very, very hard for it. I'd worked for it the whole year. I trained very hard, and I'm glad that finally it pays off.
Hoost received $230,000 for winning the Grand Prix, which is the equivalent to about $500,000 today. In 1998, Hoost would lose in the quarterfinals against Sam Greco. But 1999 was yet another epic year for the legend. In the semi-finals, Hoost again knocked out Jerome Labana. Labana tried to throw a power inside low kick against Hoost, and due to Hoost's incredible stable stance, he was unaffected by the
shit didn't
shots
hurt though?
and instantly countered with a power cross. When Labana southpaw jabbed again, Hoost countered it with the same technique. From here, Hoost simply flurried until he got the knockout. In the finals, it was Hoost versus Krokop again.
Krokop again?
To knock down the younger Krokop,
This is legendary.
Hoost cornered him. As they were hand fighting, Hoost feinted the cross once with Krokop panicking. Then he instantly achieved a superior hand fighting position and launched the most powerful body cross I've ever seen.
Hold on.
Hand fighting position and launched the most powerful body cross
Dropped him with a
I've ever
body
seen.
cross?
But Krokop was a warrior and got up right away, still squealing from the shot. To finish this fight, Hoost again cornered Krokop while feinting the body cross. As Krokop
He did not want that body cross.
The body cross, Hoost went around for the left hook to deliver instead. The Japanese fans counted out loud together and celebrated as soon as Hoost won. It's incredible that 5 fans could love kickboxing so much, with the energy so electric.
That is
throughout the
crazy.
stadium. In the year 2000, Hoost would again
400.
win the Grand Prix title by defeating Krokop, Francisco Filo, and Ray Cepho. This cemented his legacy as the greatest kickboxer of all time, but he decided to keep going.
Hold
Perhaps
on.
his greatest Grand Prix win was in 2002 due to
Hold on, bro, because this is insane, bro. I'm thinking like, now I gotta watch more kickboxers so this can make more sense to me. Because I see all these legends he beat, and I gotta watch more kickboxers and see how, you know. But this is insane, though. He did Michael Krokop bad. That's the first time I ever seen somebody drop Michael Krokop like that. Well, I seen him get beat, but getting put down like that from the body shots?
story arc. You see, in the year 2002, a man named Bob Sapp took the combat sport world by storm.
Bob
Transitioning
Sapp.
from football and pro wrestling, he decided to take on the best MMA fighters and kickboxers with only a few months of training. The fans loved how reckless and powerful he was at the same time.
Oh! That's 2 back of the head shots, boy. I'd be surprised if that dude ain't dead or something. But what is going on?
The fans
Bob
loved
Sapp
how reckless
tripping.
and powerful he was at the same time. The Japanese ladies loved him.
Very beautiful.
Biggest human being I've ever seen in my life. 375 with abs.
When he fought like King
With
Kong
abs.
only,
How is you...
mauling everyone. When Hoost fought Sapp, the only
375
thing
with
that
abs
Sapp
is
had been
insane.
dropped with was a nut shot. Being the best kickboxer of all time, Hoost vastly underestimated the beastly Sapp.
But he cannot fight, he cannot box. The thing I saw, he's not a fighter, he's a player. You don't know that pain. Message to Bob?
Yeah.
Going into this fight, Hoost was 21-1 in the last 3 years with an 11-5 win streak.
Ooh,
This made
21
him
and
the
1?
baddest man on the planet, but underestimating anyone that big and powerful is a mistake. With great strategy from the legendary MMA fighter Josh Barnett, Bob Sapp was able to corner Hoost and deliver knockout blows in their first fight. They knew that Hoost did not do well when being pushed back, and due to Sapp being so powerful, it did not matter if there's a guard. As long as Sapp
Oh!
gets to the ropes and starts smashing there with his guerrilla style,
How can you even...
he has a big...
Well, how do you even make your legs hurt against somebody like Bob Sapp? Like, bro, you kick him in the legs, you know, they kick him in the thigh. Look at his thighs.
puncher's chance. And that's exactly what happened. For the fight, they did not even train any kicks and worked a lot on their conditioning. With just months of training and a great strategy, a football player somehow defeated the greatest kickboxer of all time.
Word?
Many people were confused and upset by the results, but this fight shows that no matter how bad someone's technique is, or how inexperienced they are, their size and strength needs to be respected.
Yes. That's like, bro, he was 375 with abs is insane. But then he beat him. Dang. That's crazy.
So how exactly did Hoost go on to win the 2002 Grand Prix tournament if he lost to Sapp in the elimination round? You see, because Semi Shield was injured, Hoost got selected as the replacement in the quarterfinals. Once again, he would face Bob Sapp there.
Damn, that's weird.
This time, Hoost was prepared. He had prepared for Sapp's wild charges, and rather than exchanging power punches with Sapp, he avoided the corners of the ring while delivering his signature low kicks. Rather than using the guard to block, he used evasions and sniped with the cross from the outside.
Low kick's gonna start to add up now.
Only when Sapp slowed down did Hoost start to use combinations, and eventually he put Sapp down with a left hook.
To the body!
But then here, Hoost decided to throw longer combinations, which allowed Sapp to again charge effectively. This allowed Sapp to once again charge effectively and swing against Hoost's guard, whether it was on the ropes or in the center of the ring. Hoost decided to continue trading shots and hunt the left hook to the body in the pocket. But now Sapp started to block the body shot attempts, and he threw back a thudding left hook of his own to Hoost's head every time. The second time it happened, Sapp landed an all-out left hook as Hoost was transitioning into his right hook. This completely disrupted the stance and balance of Hoost, which allowed Sapp to deliver a perfect right hook to send his great opponent to the ground. When Hoost got up, Sapp went full gorilla mode. Now Sapp was able to frame and throw repeated haymakers. But Hoost
bro, this nigga Bob Sapp is tripping!
Once again to the body.
Body shot! Bodied him! Get right!
Just when it looks like Sapp was about to give up, he landed several big uppercuts which put Hoost to the ropes and in the corner. Once he did, Sapp went full gorilla mode.
375! How you gonna beat him?
With a brutal barrage of punches landing on Hoost, the referee saw enough and ended the fight.
No!
It was a great back and forth.
Damn, but he said he fought with abs. How you gonna beat him?
Fight. But the referee decided to stop the fight when Bob Sapp had a good moment of wailing on Hoost. Hoost of course was not happy with the decision, as it was clearly bullshit. The Japanese promoters wanted Sapp to win and keep advancing in the tournament. So naturally, when Sapp went to hug him, Hoost exited the ring right away. Ironically, Sapp couldn't continue in the tournament due to being too hurt from fighting Hoost, and Mr. Perfect was completely fine and was advanced into the semi-finals. So on the same night, instead of Sapp advancing in the K-1 Grand Prix tournament, Hoost was the one who continued fighting.
Damn!
You wouldn't believe what happens next.
Hold on, that's crazy. That's insane, bro. Dang, bro. All that happened in one night? Damn.
There he fought Ray Sefo, fighting perfectly. The only thing Sefo landed was 2 body shots, and the rest was all Hoost. After landing several stiff low kicks, Mr. Perfect quickly won with a beautiful knee check that spiked Sefo's low kick. And just like that, Mr. Perfect advanced to the Grand Prix finals.
Can he do it one more time?
Then in the finals, it was a very tough fight for Hoost, with Labana clearly winning the first 2 rounds. In the first round, Labana even punted Hoost in the nuts, but like a true champion, he fought on again. But in the second round, Hoost threw a perfect roundhouse to Labana's arm. Labana tried to jab Hoost while he's kicking, meaning he would take the roundhouse on just one arm, which is something you're never supposed to do against a powerful kicker. This sequence would repeat multiple times until Labana eventually couldn't continue. Hoost would let out a victory scream right away and danced and celebrated. To me, Hoost winning...
Bro, hold on. He said he hurt him with his, what, leg kicks to the arm? Well, I mean, kicks to the arm? That's the first time I ever seen something like that. Kickboxing is just different, bro. Like,
the tournament shows the power of grit better than any other event in history. He would break down and cry, flowing tears of joy from accomplishing the impossible.
It has been very tough for me after losing to Bob 2 months ago to get the spirit back and to fight. And I was lucky again when Bob beat me, I could go on.
Even Bob Sapp was tremendously happy for his rival, celebrating for him as he is presented with the award. Sapp would bow to Hoost and hug him. Hoost would break down and cry, flowing tears of joy from accomplishing the impossible. These tournaments gave us the greatest stories in combat sports history. Without these fighters, combat sports as we know it would simply not exist. You see, these legends would continue to train the best fighters of this era, in MMA as well as kickboxing.
I think I gotta get more into this kickboxing, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Watching Chamba and Adesanya is one of my favorite fighters ever. But now watching Ernest and getting the backstory of these old kickboxers, bro, yeah, we're gonna start diving deep. I told you to watch K-1. I seen K-1 in my comments, so we might check them out. But let me know where y'all got Ernest ranked. Is he the best all time? Cause this video say he's the greatest, the GOAT. Is he actually the GOAT? Let me know where y'all got him ranked. Let me know what y'all think about him, and let me know who should I read to next about kickboxing. And I'm gonna show y'all next, man. Y'all already know what's going on. No cap, but I could have sworn he was fighting Mark Hunt, but they didn't show that though. They didn't show him fighting Mark, but it's cool. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who tuned in to the vids. Y'all already know.